All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get this party started. Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another iteration of me reading through My Hero Academia. In the last chapter, we pretty much found out a little bit of the history of how Toya became Dabi, how he encountered All for One, and how he was yet another person, because people reminded me that Yoichi, the All for One's brother, was the first person to rebel against him. And Toya, even though he was kind of bodied after pretty much self-immolating himself, he still wanted to go back to where his family was and actually rejected All for One, which is something that All for One was surprised by, because when it comes to him offering deals to people, he makes it so tantalizing that people can't really refuse him. But Toya did. And so he went back to his family. But after coming back and seeing his father going back to his old ways and seeing him train Shoto, that's when he decided, you know what, I'm just going to be a villain now, and just went down the path of descent. And especially after finding out that he was essentially supposed to be like a replacement for just in case Shigaraki didn't work out as a vessel, and the fact that his powers cause his body to just deteriorate over time, it just put him on this path of darkness. So now we get to find out what happens in today's chapter. So to inform everyone, and I'm pretty sure a good chunk of you may know already, after this chapter, we are going on break until May 15th, which will be on a Friday, if I'm looking at my calendar on my computer correctly, on my laptop correctly. No, it's not going to be on a Friday. It's going to be on a Sunday. What am I saying? Wait, May 15th? That's actually going to be 2 full weeks with no My Hero. Not just skipping 1 week and then coming back another week. Like, today is the 24th. If we were going on a regular week break, then it would come back on the 8th. But we are going on a 2-week break for My Hero. 2 full weeks of no My Hero. Let's find out why. So, chapter 351, don't you dare get slow on me, computer. Chapter 351, 2 Flash Fires. Ultimate move, Flash Fire Fist. It builds up internal heat to the maximum threshold before unleashing it as an attack. It's the peak manifestation of fire achieved by a young endeavor. Excerpt from the Hero Almanac. When Endeavor mastered this move in his quest for power, he came to understand his own limitations, and that fire produced a shimmering heat haze that warped and distorted all that he gazed upon. And it shows Shoto on one side, and it shows Toya on one side. And it shows Toya using Fire Fist heat haze on everyone in the vicinity, and he's steadily melting the All Might statue he's on. And he says, "All right, that little chat has me pumped up for this. Thanks for listening to my tale." And then Shoto thinks to himself, he's faster than me at raising his temperature. There's no hint of hesitation. Now that I'm thinking about it with a cool head, even if Dad ain't here, you'll make for some prime kindling all the same. And then as Shoto is looking, as Toya is just self-immolating himself even more than before, to the point where his flesh is just burning off of him, it shows the All Might statue melting under this enormous pressure of heat. And then Shoto says, "I'm the one who'll stop you." And then Toya says, "Hey now, don't get the wrong idea. I've got some legit thoughts about you too." It began when I worked on boosting my weakened flame. Turning up the firepower was all I knew. Your potential surpasses my own, he'd said. That encouraged me. The numbing of my body stripped away my limitations, which was ideal for... What was following his lead? Was that supposed to say following his lead? It's missing an F there if it was. Which was ideal for following his lead with maximum output. Flash Fire Fist! Are you a fan of All Might Shoto? And then, in this moment of heat, he says, "Flash Fire Fist! Hell Spider! And then it shows multiple lashes of fire just whipping out from this just ginormous inferno. And then people are saying, hot, is that Endeavor's move? And then Iida can only look on as he says, so much thicker though, and so haphazard. And he's thinking about, and he was in the room with Kirishima while Shoto was talking to him one time. And then he thinks back, oh no, Todoroki! And then it shows the sidekicks of Endeavor protecting Shoto, including Burnin as well. They're using their own fire abilities to kind of stave off the flames here too. With one of them saying, ready yet, Shoto? And then Shoto says, I am. And then it shows Toya just sliding right behind him in a blink of an eye. And one of the sidekicks thinks, fast. And then the other one says, the spider was a smokescreen. And it shows Toya digging his foot into the ground as he says, one thing I gotta ask, Shoto. What was the look on your face while you were holed up at UA with all those scared little civilians? And as he does this, he punches Shoto squarely in the face, fists encased in flame and all, and sends him flying. And it shows that Shoto's kind of drawn a little blood as he's been kind of slightly burned from this. Son of Endeavor, brother of Dabi, calamity incarnate, concentrated down into a boy-sized package. Awful brazen of ya, Shoto! And then Burnin comes in saying, Shoto! That's more firepower than even Endeavor can boast, but if he keeps the heat dialed up like that? Blessed with the ideal body and ushered into a place where you could shine bright, but still you depend on everyone else. The boy bored with everything, but you sure don't capitalize on it. No one's willing to say it to your face, so allow me! You're a feckless half-baked puppet. And it shows him hitting Shoto with a massive uppercut, like a massive uppercut. You'll never make a darn thing of yourself! Jet burn! And he hits Shoto with a punch so powerful it sends Shoto flying into a nearby building, and it burns and sears the glass from the impact. And then as this happens, Toya looks on, and then we hear the words from Shoto with him saying, you're not wrong about me. I took the long way around and was full of doubt all the while. A half-baked dummy? That's me. And then Dabi looks on as he thinks, he neutralized the heat? Here I thought you were only focusing on Dad. But no, you were nice enough to take a close look at me too. Glad to know it. And then it has all the events that happened with Shoto in the past, like him using his powers while working on, I stumbled onto this, as he thinks to himself as he was doing all this training, while working on that old move in the hopes of keeping pace with the others. Flash fire. I turned flash fire into something more. Now it's a move made to stop you. And then we get a flashback. We get a big old flashback about what happened with Shoto in the past. And it has people, I see Ashido there, along with, what is his name? Seto and Kaminari, with someone talking to him on the phone, and it's Endeavor. Hold on. Gotta coat my throat real quick. I don't want to throw my voice out. It has Endeavor speaking to Shoto. Shoto, let's reconsider which teams we're on. Then what about All for One? Out of the remaining heroes, you're the only one with any hope of opposing him. Just as Midoriya has to face Shigaraki. I've got just the right power set to go up against Toya. More than that, it's what I want. That should be my duty. We're doing this together, remember? Everyone's got their part to play, and together we'll stop Toya and the rest of the villains. I may be your half-baked little brother, but let me say this. Dad was a madman. Our family was screwed up. But when you burned all those people to death, that was your choice. You're not taking any more innocent lives. Flash Fire Fist. And then Toya looks on as he thinks, his little masterpiece. Just aim all your rage at us. Phosphor! And with his own ultimate attack, he hits Toya dead center with his own Flash Fire Fist, Phosphor. And that's the end of the chapter. I know I went through this really, really quick, but that was actually quite a nice move from Shoto. Hold on. Shoto Todoroki. Let me pull up his quirk and see if they got his description for this Phosphor move real quick. Super moves. There it is. Okay, so we got Flash Fire Fist. Endeavor, we have the basic of it, and then we have Hell Spider, then Jet Kindling, and then we have Phosphor as well. Flash Fire Fist, Endeavor's signature technique, later passed down to Shoto himself. The user increases the temperature of their flames to their maximum and compresses them to a white-hot point, maxing them to their power. We got the description of this at the beginning of the chapter. We have the description of Hell Spider, which concentrates his fire and emits it out of his fingertips, allowing him to cut through objects, used to destroy the lasers at a Humorize base. Then we have Jet Kindling, which is an offshoot of Flash Fire Fist. Shoto concentrates his flames into a white-hot point on his fist and punches his opponent. On contact, a violent explosion of flames bursts out of Shoto's arm, severely burning his target, once used again in the final battle against Humorize. Then we have the move Phosphor, which he uses against Toya here. Phosphor. Shoto channels both halves of his quirk onto either side of his body, combining the two elements into his fists and punches his opponent. This is first used against Dabi during the Second War. Now, the thing is, all this time, Shoto has been working hard to perfect and make it so that he could use his quirk at the same time without it taxing his body. But now we see it in full-fledged here. Allows Shoto to channel both halves of his quirk on either side of his body, effectively giving him two quirks. So he's channeling both the ice side of his body and the fire side of his body into one attack, and it's hitting Toya right now. This move is first developed during a training session between members of Class 1A in a UA courtyard. It is described by Shoto as his body coming together as one, as well as creating a body even Dabi can't burn. This move gets its name when it's used against Dabi during the Second War. Shoto uses it to protect himself from Dabi's jet burn, as well as using it to combine his fire and ice into one fist and hit Dabi with it. So now, with him having the capabilities of channeling his quirk into his body to this capacity, he is able to pretty much nullify Toya's attempts, Dabi's attempts, might as well call him Dabi and just stick with that. He's able to completely nullify Dabi's attempts at burning him with these jet-hot flames. So now that Shoto has pretty much started this, I wouldn't say he's mastered it yet, but I would say that since he's starting to use this, Dabi's flames are not going to have as much of an impact on Shoto as he thought they were. But now Shoto has a trump card that can work against Toya, with him being able to combine both his hot and cold together, like a freezer burn type of deal. So we'll just have to wait the next 2 weeks to see where this chapter goes. But this was a pretty good chapter, and I'm glad we got to see some more character development from Shoto and Dabi as well. You can see the crazy in Dabi, but you can also see the resolve within Shoto to stop his brother. Not kill his brother, but to stop him. So, and here's the thing, despite all that Dabi is saying, he's doing his very best to demean Shoto here and there, trying to make him see that he's worthless or whatever, trying to make him see like he didn't earn all this power that he has. But Shoto's resolve is not broken from this, and he's prepared to take on his older brother. Despite his brother having a ridiculously powerful quirk, Shoto says like, okay, you know what? I don't care if you are my older brother. I'm going to stop you. Can't wait. Endeavor has to be there when Toya is defeated. Moshi Moshi, Moshi Mosh. Good to see you. This is me just going through the chapter as well, but I just got to say, this was a good chapter. I love the character development. I love the going back and forth and how Shoto came to this realization that this Phosphor is going to be what he needs to defeat Dabi and finally beat him. But we're just going to have to see where things go for the Todoroki family from here on in. But the fact that we got to wait 2 weeks, not 1 week, not like going on break next week and then coming back the week after. No, we're going on a 2-week break. We're not coming back until May 15th. And even then, that's a day that's on a Friday. No, that's on a Sunday. Why do I keep looking at April? It's on a Sunday. It's still on a Sunday, but we just got to wait and see where things go for My Hero Academia, because I'm glad we're cutting to all these different fights, especially this Toya and Shoto fight, because it's kind of been building up to it after all this time. We'll have to see just how much damage this Phosphor move actually does to Dabi, when the chapters comes back. But overall, I enjoyed this chapter because I just love it when there's dialogue in My Hero Academia spliced in between fighting. I mean, Horikoshi shows that he is capable of making good character development while in the middle of a kill or be killed type fight, and it doesn't feel like filler, like he's just padding for time. This is significant dialogue that adds on to character development and world building as well. So I'm glad Horikoshi is taking his time explaining things and writing out these pieces of dialogue that just make sense. I don't know about you guys, but Horikoshi is a masterful story writer, and I'm glad I have been reading through all of these chapters concerning My Hero Academia, especially leading up to this Dabi versus Shoto fight, because it's good. That's all I can say. But I'm not going to keep you here any longer than I already have. I told you guys this wasn't going to be too long because I tend to go through My Hero Academia faster than I do One Piece. But all I can really say at the end of the day is thank you everyone for stopping by. I enjoy this to the absolute depths of my heart, and I'm constantly looking forward to the day when I'm able to do this full time. This is my full-time job, and I can continuously do what I love to do for the rest of my life. And with your support, I know that can become a reality. So all I can say is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then consider subscribing or even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, thanks for this, of course, Moshi Moshi. You know I love to do this, so I'm happy to do it. Also, for everyone here, before I conclude, I'm starting my One Punch Man and Jujutsu Kaisen read-throughs in May. One Punch Man will be on Wednesdays, while Jujutsu Kaisen will be on Thursdays. So I thought I'd let you know. I put a community tab post of it so you guys can reflect on that. But One Punch Man and Jujutsu Kaisen will be added to the channel starting in May. So look forward to that. Later, peoples. I am so hungry right now. What's there to eat?